Hello, Twins fans. Welcome back to another episode of From Lee to Limestone. I am Matt Lenz with Twins Daily, and today I want to look at the state of our shortstop position. It's been a rough start to the year just overall for the Minnesota Twins in terms of injuries, but especially at short. Carlos Correa has missed the last, 3 or 4 games because of back spasms. I know those can be hard to manage and treat and everything, but we just don't really know, like, is he going to be in the lineup tonight against New York? Is he not? Is he going to be missing? And of course, they're not putting him on the IL, so he's currently just unavailable, but taking up a roster spot. And then yesterday, Kyle Farmer took a 92-mile-an-hour fastball to the face. Scary moment. Everything looks and sounds like it's going to be okay in the long run, but he had surgery yesterday. He's probably going to be out for a few weeks there. And so right now on the Major League roster, our only two options for shortstops really are Willie Castro and Nick Gordon. Neither option is really a great option to play, even semi-regularly, in my opinion. Again, hopefully Carlos Correa is coming back tonight or very soon. But if not, then one of those two guys are all of a sudden your everyday shortstop for a period of time. And so being that shortstop is one of the more important positions on the field, it's not a position I'm willing to cut corners on. And we don't really have anyone ready in the minor leagues. In St. Paul, we have Elliot Soto kind of manning shortstop for the Saints. He's been in affiliated baseball since 2010 and has 7 Major League plate appearances. So not a guy that has played a lot of Major League Baseball, and there's probably a reason for that. So not a viable option there either. And I don't think it should be past the Twins to look at bringing in a free agent. Now, that would require a roster move. But me personally, I'm not overly tied to Willie Castro. I'm not overly tied to Kyle Garlick, who was promoted once the Kyle Farmer was put on the IL. And so those are guys that I'm okay releasing, DFAing, whatever it will be, to make room for a better option at shortstop. Now, I kind of hesitate on the word better because when we look at these free agent names, none of them are great, but I do think they are upgrades. Some of them are upgrades enough over Willie Castro and or Nick Gordon. The one that's probably on the top of my list, Didi Gregorius, never really known for his defense, more of a bat-first shortstop, and he has struggled at the plate the last 2 years, probably why he's currently a free agent. But nonetheless, I think that, again, he's just a shortstop by trade. And so I would prefer that over a, super utility type guy who can play the position, but maybe not very well at all. So Didi Gregorius kind of sticks out to me. And then the only other name that really sticks out free agent wise is Leury Garcia. Now, in reality, Leury Garcia is just another Willie Castro, super utility guy. Had actually been fairly productive at the plate prior to 2022, but that's ultimately why he's out of a job right now. He had a rough 2022 season, didn't look like he was improving in spring training, so the White Sox cut ties with him. Again, more of a super utility guy, but just from a super utility role, I think he could be an upgrade over even Willie Castro. And then the only other name that's really on the market that I don't know if I'd even say I'm interested in, but could be interesting is Andrelton Simmons. Go ahead and cringe with me. That doesn't sound great after our experience with him a couple of years ago. But again, he's a shortstop by trade. My biggest concern is that he's a black hole at the plate, even worse than Michael A. Taylor. And to start the season, Michael A. Taylor has been pretty much dreadful at the plate. So that's obviously a major concern there. But at this point, I think you're going to have to either choose. Do you want to sacrifice defense at short, or do you want to sacrifice something, in the batting order? And for me, I'm more willing to sacrifice a little bit something in the batting order if it means, improvement at shortstop. And so I would hope that they are exploring all of their options, even if it requires DFAing or releasing, Willie Castro or Kyle Garlick. To me, just filling that shortstop position with a shortstop by trade is very important. And we don't know what's going on with Carlos Correa and how that's going to impact him. He might be able to play tonight, but then maybe he's down for another game or two. So I think just making sure we have a viable backup option while Kyle Farmer is out is going to be very important for the Minnesota Twins. Dropped a lot of names there. What are your thoughts? Would you rather just stick with Castro and Gordon? Do you want to give Soto a shot? Nobody else has, but why not? Or would you like to look at free agency? Are there other names out there that you would be interested in? Let me know in the comments. Let me know on Twitter at Lenzy2108, or let me know on YouTube, Musings from Twins Territory.